Hey everybody, Scott Steen, host of Bank the Bet podcast, coming to you direct from the Winners and Winers Sports and Entertainment Complex. Happy Sunday, everybody. The NFL is here, and I am totally psyched. By the way, we'll get it out of the way right up front. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, to like our videos, to comment. I always like to get comments. I always like to know what you guys are playing, what you're thinking. If you agree with my play, if you agree with my plays, disagree with my plays, let me know. But as always, let me know before the game. Don't tell me afterwards. Oh man, I was all over that. You should have. Yeah, no, don't do that. Not having it. All right. And I'll usually pretty good about getting back to comments if I'm not working. And I've had some good conversation with people. I found out we got some good handicappers, man. You guys keep up the great work. And that brings me to one more question. One of our visitors reached out to me and said he's kind of beginning in the sports betting space. Asked if I would ever consider doing any kind of like an instructional video, as he called it, sports betting for dummies. Uh, First of all, if you found me, you're no dummy. All right, you actually you know good quality and how to find it. So, but in all seriousness, yeah, it's absolutely something I've thought about, and I know we've got people probably at all levels that watch our vids. So give me a shout out. Let me know in the comment section if that's something you'd watch. Just kind of give you a little bit of my background, and then we talk about just some do's and don'ts, some real basic stuff for sports betting, and stuff that will help us accomplish our goal, which is always to make you a better handicapper. All right? So, yeah, let us know in the comment section what you think about that. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging tight. Thanks for your patience. Here we go. We're diving into the meat with our Fab Five, NFL style. First game, right in my backyard, everybody. This is the Baltimore Ravens taking on my beloved Kansas City Chiefs. By the way, somebody asked me if this was a Steve Young jersey that I wear for my NFL days. No, this is a vintage Tony Gonzalez, Tony G, tight end extraordinaire for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not exactly a front runner bandwagon person. You don't see me with any Mahomes gear or anything like that. Give me 2 wins in the playoffs. I'll buy a shirt. Okay. Until then, let's not talk about it. All right. So Baltimore's coming in. Kansas City's 6.5 point favorite here. Total's 51. Let me tell you something. Since Lamar Jackson took the helm, Baltimore has looked really good at rushing. Okay, they've rushed for 714 yards the last 3 games, and they've averaged 28 points per game. They are getting it done in chunks, everybody. They're averaging 5.66 yards per rush. That is flat putting them up and putting them down. The Chiefs, funny you should ask, they are last in the league in rush defense, giving up an average of 5.1 yards per carry. The bad news about Lamar Jackson, over those 3 games, he's thrown for just 417 yards. Funny story, that's 23 more yards than Patrick Mahomes threw for by himself against Los Angeles. Baltimore, everybody knows about their defense. They've given up 300 yards passing just one time this year, 304 yards to Baker Mayfield. He's a big mobile quarterback with a huge arm. Does that sound vaguely familiar? Actually, Baker Mayfield's not that big. Just he's got a big arm. I read big there in my script. Yeah, he's got a big arm, decent size, but yeah, not a monster like a Roethlisberger or something like that. However, he is similar to Patrick Mahomes in the style. He moves around in the pocket. He can flow with the game. He flows with the flow of the game with the line of scrimmage. He adjusts well away from the pressure. I think he's going to give Baltimore trouble like they haven't seen, except for maybe Baker Mayfield this year. All said, I like Baltimore to run up and down the field. I think they're going to be able to gash the Chiefs with the run game. I think the Chiefs are going to get their thing done as well. If Baltimore puts up 28 points, is what they've been averaging the last 3. I don't see any way this game stays under the total. I like over the 51. By the way, guys, just to tell you right now, we're going to have a lot of quote-unquote square plays. I didn't see a lot of dogs that I really like today. There's some big dogs, some double-digit dogs, and yeah, I'm taking one of the favorites in one of those games, and the other ones I just don't love. So there's going to be some favorites, and there's going to be an over. So we're going to move on to a team that's been very good to me lately. The Indianapolis Colts head down to Houston, take on the Houston Texans. Houston's -4.5, man, and they are hotter than a stolen flamethrower right now. They have won 9 straight. They've covered 5 of their last 6, and Houston has been doing it by absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage. They're averaging running the ball about 35 times per game in the last 3 games, averaging 5.83 yards per carry. Deshaun Watson has been very good lately. In his last 5 games, he has thrown 12 TDs and just 2 picks after starting with 2 TDs and 5 picks over the first part of his season. The defense has given up just 260 yards rushing over the last 3 games. I know that's not necessarily Indianapolis' forte, but anytime you can turn a team one-dimensional and let that front seven pin back their ears and come after Andrew Luck, chances are it's going to be a long day. Hey, man, when you walk up to a craps table and you see those rails stacked full of chips, one guy holding the dice and everybody cheering, you don't make a bet on the don't. You ride that hot shooter. And that's what I'm doing right here with the Texans. Houston, -4.5. Houston, we have no problems. Excuse me a second. All right, that's my cheese mug, by the way. All right, moving on. Here we go. It's the, you guys might have heard of them. It's the New England Patriots heading down to the Sunshine State to take on the Miami Dolphins. I believe New England's a 10-point favorite in this one. Not the number I'm interested in. The number I'm looking at is 47. Looking for that game to go under. The Pats, they've not really hitting on all cylinders this year on the road. They've lost a couple games on the road. They average just 21.7 points per game away from Foxborough. And Brady averages just 242 yards per game on the road, almost like a human being. How about that? In the meantime, Miami, about their offensive trouble, and those are real. They've averaged just 17.5 points a game over their last 4. The under has cashed the last 5 times for New England and the last 4 times for Miami. I think it cashes again right here in this spot. Give me New England, Miami, under 47. All right, heading to the West Coast for our afternoon game. The Cincinnati Bengals head to everybody's favorite soccer stadium to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Almost an even money bet, whether I'll say San Diego at some point. Take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers -14. Guess what? I'm not afraid of that number. I like it. I'll be honest with you, I might even buy that. I'm going to keep an eye out for 13.5. If I can't get it, I might buy it out on the hook. I hate to do that. It's not generally a good play, but it might work in this spot. Chargers looking to keep pace in the West with the Chiefs. They've got a big game coming up Thursday, but I don't think this is a look-past spot. I think they're going to be focused because they know they've got to keep winning to make that game mean anything, because they've already lost once to the Chiefs. They can't afford to lose to them again. They stand 1 game behind the Chiefs for the division. They're well entrenched as far as the wild card goes. I think Los Angeles, other than not having Melvin Gordon, is hitting on all cylinders. They showed they could win last week, almost. They had a little help from the officials, perhaps, but they had a big comeback there in Pittsburgh. They return home to take on a Cincinnati team that's just dreadful, and they're losing players right and left. First, Andy Dalton went out. Now AJ Green is out. I think that San Diego has. There it is. I think Los Angeles has good incentive here. Cincinnati has absolutely nothing to play for. I think the Chargers cruise and cover up the 14. All right. Last but not least, it's our Sunday night game, and this is probably our marquee matchup of the day as the LA Rams travel to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. Playoff preview, anybody? Absolutely. The Bears are +3 in this game. And guess what? I like them. I like the Bears here. I know the Rams have been awfully good. I know Aaron Donald is on another planet. But the Rams, they clinched last weekend, but they're still playing for the home field. But that doesn't quite have the same urgency that winning the division does. They've already got the division locked up. Goff and Trubisky is how this is being billed. By the way, Trubisky will be back for that game, barring some kind of an unforeseen setback here over the weekend. But the real matchup here, the real 2 guys to watch, is Khalil Mack for the Bears and Aaron Donald for the Rams. Who's ever able to control those guys better is going to be the team that is going to be victorious. I think the home team has an advantage here. I think the Bears get it done. Trubisky, a little more mobile than Chase Daniel these days. I think he rolls away from trouble with Aaron Daniel. I think the Bears can get it done here. Rams are just 3-3 on the road against the spread, and they're 1-3-1 their last 5 against the number. So everybody knows how good the Rams are. Everybody knows how good their offense is. But spoiler alert, they don't cover all that much. Bears are 5-1 against the spread at home. Sunday night game, big crowd. It's been flexed in, and the Bears are going to get ready to flex on those Rams. Give me the Bears. The Bears +3. All right, guys. There's my Fab Five for the NFL day. I think we got some good picks out there, everybody. So let's get our bet down, watch some football, eat some popcorn, enjoy a whole day. We got an early game, we got an afternoon game, and we got a night game. So tell your family that if they want you, they can hit you up on the phone because we're going to be watching some football. We're going to be collecting winners, and at the end of the day, you're going to be joining me as we head back to the window. We'll see you again, everybody. Good luck.